I have no idea what just happened, folks, but good morning. John here with FNP Wargamers, and this is the FNP Morning Show. Well, happy birthday, Epion. I'm not going to sing happy birthday. I am the one person in my family who has no musical talent. Though when I am by myself, I am a super rock star. So I will not sing happy birthday to you. But still, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Man, a couple days before Christmas. That's Do you get like double presents, man? Is that a thing that happens? I've never really asked anybody about that. I've always been kind of curious, especially a lot of my friends and family, uh, or friends really. They've had their kids have a birthday right about Christmas time. So I've always been curious. Do you get like extra presents or anything, or they just like, oh, you know what? We're just gonna blend it all together. It'll be a thing. You'll love it. So Oh man, it won't be a long show today because I've got guests coming over and I've got food to get finished. I still got to go get drinks. I totally forgot about drinks and ice. And anyways, uh, oh, that's cool that you didn't get shafted with that. That's good. It's one of those things I always kind of felt bad about, or the people that are like, "Hey, babe, your birthday's on Valentine's Day, right? So we could just do a combined thing, that sort of thing." I don't know. And if you had a holiday like that, uh, oh well. All right, so let's get on with some yapping this morning. This is a grind my gears, what gets in my craw type of thing. So 4 days ago, so that would have been the 18th, I believe, or might have been the 17th, 18th or 17th. Yeah, I think it was 18th, 4 days ago. Well, 4 days ago, according to Twitch. So, regardless, we put out a video that talked about, and we were the first, mind you, at least on the major sites like Chapter Master Valric, Kirioth, Spiky Bits, Bell of Lost Souls, Fate 212, War of Sigmar, Battle Bunnies, all those sites, and YouTube channels and such. Nobody had mentioned or even talked about the upcoming Dark Angels model, possible Dark Angels model with Ritual of the Damned that comes out in January. That has book 4 for Psychic Awakening, and so I put together some info packet, or basically some information, as I'm trying to. I've got another project that I've talked about that I'm working on and figuring out basically a way to predict what's uh, coming next within reasonable margin of error, and the price increases and the price costs, all that jazz. And so I stumbled across basically figuring out that the next model with Ritual of the Damned, if they just put out one model, which I think they will. I think it's just going to be one model. I don't foresee them doing a Grey Knight model because we have Chief Librarian Valdis, I believe, came out with Gilliman, and I think it was in the Gilliman box. I'm pretty sure he was in the Gilliman box, and he also. I don't think there will be a gosh darn it, Thousand Suns model because they have a relatively new set of models. They've the Rubicon. Marines and the Terminators and Armon and Magnus are all relatively brand new models in the scheme of things. Dark Angels don't have a new model. They do have some Primaris upgrade kits. They got that Primaris Lieutenant model when they did the big Lieutenant giveaway with Primaris models. So, yes, but they don't have, it's nobody with any specific rules, no big shot Dark Angel character. So, we've been talking back and forth about Dark Angels will probably get a Primaris version of one of their originals. And then I started thinking about that and doing a little bit more reading, especially after the September White Dwarf, I believe it was, where they talked about the Dark Angels. Everybody was really hyped about that White Dwarf because they were expecting there to be full rules in there for brand new rules for Dark Angels. And it ended up just being a scenario and some fluff information, just getting this is where we are right now with Dark Angels in the Imperium Nihilus stage. So, it left people very disappointed. I was disappointed. It was a missed opportunity. Yay, thank you for the short story and the very specific, tailored mission that people might run once and then that's it. I mean, it was in a gallery of miniatures and a paint guide. It was a very lackluster White Dwarf. I was a little disappointed. It was still cool to see all that and get the update. We appreciate that, we do, but it just we needed more content. We wanted more content, not needed. We wanted more content. We didn't get it, so that's disappointing. And I think that's reasonable. Yeah, you know what? For those of you on YouTube, Epion was just saying I was happy with the Necromunda booklet and the mage. Is it? Sorry, let me move my screen here. The mage mini game. Yeah, that's in the December White Dwarf. Yeah, December and November's White Dwarfs were absolutely wonderful. The November one gave us the Inquisition index and also a full cover art, and it was a saint, a Sisters of Battle saint. Looks like she was about to ready to bless, and it took me a while to figure it out until I bought this Sabbat Worlds chapbook or art book that just came out recently. It's actually, there's a Tanith first and only model there lifting up his gun to be blessed by the saint. It was really cool. And then, of course, the December issue, and if you haven't gotten it yet, I would get it because they're actually getting bought up really quick. It has a Necromunda booklet in it to play Necromunda in about 30 minutes. That I have not read through it yet, but I thought that was absolutely amazing that they did something like that, because the game can be a little involved and a little lengthy, and when you want a quick paced game, he's like, guys, we got about an hour and a half before we have to go see Star Wars, so let's get a game in real quick. Let's do some Necromunda. That we could do it real quick, 30 minutes. You're done. I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. This is the last of my delicious Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Next week or after Christmas, I will have my first batch of Black Rifle Coffee Company coffee. So I'm looking forward to that. Super jazzed. All right. Oh yeah, and that Necromunda booklet is great for an intro game. So you want to get people involved, but they see the miniatures and they see all the special things that you can do and how to build your gang and everything. And it's like, that's a lot of work. Let's just play the game and see what you think. That is a great example. Anyways, I digress. So, I went back, looked at the information about Dark Angels recently, and the September issue, I think it was the September issue, really pointed towards what I kind of determined was going to happen. That we're going to probably get, very likely, and I'm going to put this up to like the 75 percentile range now, and I'm going to come up with a way to be able to articulate to you guys, this is how I determine my percentages, and that's all going to be based, especially as I'm working on that project to figure out the predictor on what's coming out, what's going to cost, all that stuff. That we would get a brand new character for Dark Angels, and the reasoning for that is twofold. First was Games Workshop is trying to tie in the old guard, I guess, the people that have been playing for decades, like myself. I'm sure Epion too, and the new guard. And so they're going back and forth, going, hey, here's some new characters, here's some new miniatures. Here, let's revitalize this model for the new generation. Morning, Nam. Let's revise these models for a new generation, and let's go ahead and they're really big right now about moving that narrative forward. And so what better way for Dark Angels than to go ahead and, instead of getting one of those old guard, one of the old characters who are very hesitant to bring in the Primaris models, that let's just go ahead and elevate a Primaris model or a model to Primaris status and wiggle their way in, starting a whole new storyline, new lore, everything. Better way to do that is let's kill off a character, Fifth Company Master Balthazar from the Dark Vengeance box set in 6th edition, I believe that was 6/7th. That box set carried over, and they just got some updated rules when they re-released it for 7th. And so he gets killed off. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read that September White Dwarf, that's on you. And I talked about that about 4 or 5 days ago, or yeah, about 4 days ago. And so they take a new guy, Lazarus, who's not a Primaris model, but they're like, you know what, dude, you're in charge now of the Fifth Company. What's left of it? Congratulations. And they go fight some Zinch Thousand Suns stuff because they're really pissed off after how Thousand Suns and Zinch tricked them and the Grey Knights into going after the Space Wolves and doing some really bad things. So they're really pissed off. They got a brand new enemy. So why not? This is where the new character is going to come in. So let's F this character up so bad that he has to become a Primaris model. So he's not one of the fresh batch that have been on ice for like 10,000 years, but he's one of the current guard that's getting upgraded to Primaris. And so now he's a company master and he survives the Rubicon. He crosses it. Yay, I'm a Primaris company master. You guys can trust me because now you're inviting me to the inner circle. I know all the secrets now. Awesome. So I think he is going to be the new character. I said that about 4 days ago, and I'm going to stand by that. I don't foresee them. I think I was wish listing that they would do Azrael or Asmodai, Ezekiel, Belial, or Samael, any of those angelic sounding named characters. I assumed that they would, or maybe I was wish listing a little bit of both, that they would do that with the character, and they still might. There's nothing saying that they won't go. You know what? Here's a bunch of characters. Azrael got promoted. There's a brand new Lazarus. There's this model. I think though in this case, since there are so many characters in that book, I think we'll probably see Lazarus as the model. He's probably, since he's really super pissed off at Zinch, because they were dickheads to him basically, and to the Dark Angels. And I think those are my two curse words for the day. I think I can get one more in before the end of the show. He's pissed off, and so he's going to be kind of like what the second company does. The Raven Wing, they're hunters, basically. And I think he's going to basically be like a huntsman or a hunter. Basically, his fifth company is going to, I think they're actually going to be, I haven't read all the short stories yet, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be tasked with going after, especially if it's his character, after the Thousand Suns and trying to stop Magnus, whatever naughty thing he's trying to do right now on the planet of sorcerers. Which I pretty sure it's going to be him making new rubric marines out of all those civilians they've been rounding up that are psychics. So, which will be something we'll see later on when ninth edition rolls out. At any rate, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, as I predicted about 4 days ago, that just watch. I think I said, I'm going to paraphrase. Just watch that all these other websites are within a couple days are going to start talking about it all of a sudden, and they won't give credit where credit is due. And sure enough, at least 3 of those ones I mentioned at the beginning of the show did. Now, in the case of Chapter Master Valric, he supposedly got information from somebody else that, and he said Jace or Jay, that sent him the information. It could very well have been him watching the video for whatever reason. Yay, if you are, give me a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'm not calling him out for repeating information, especially if it's passed on to him. You know, it's not one of those things, but at least I will go on before I report on something, and which I think anybody in this industry, I don't know if this is industry, like pseudo journalism, they need to go ahead and hit the big sites first to see if anybody's talking about it. And like Bell of Lost Souls, which is, and then Spiky Bits, which both are super clickbaity, lots of adware. But Chapter Master Valric, Kirioth, they're big names on YouTube. So at least, you know, people should do their due diligence just to verify. And I realize we're only like 3,000 people, member followers for now. It would just, come on guys, just double check your information. Or better yet, those people that are passing on that information, like Mr. Wesley over at Spiky Bits, come on guys. give credit where credit is due. And the guys that are on Daka Daka, dude, it's just rude, man. So but out of the kind of rudeness of taking that information several days now, 3 or 4 days after I passed it on, it gave me some good's coming out of this. So there is good. I am actually going to do an article now once I figure out how to use WordPress on the FNP Facebook page, or not Facebook page, but the actual FNP Wargamers.com page, so I can start doing a weekly blog, maybe even daily, especially when I drop leaks and stuff days ahead of everybody else. I can at least get it out there, and that might give a little bit more credibility for people to go, you know what, FNP Wargamers, they called this, we can now cite them as a source instead of trying to cite a video, which I think that could be the issue. And I mean, it's just a matter of, it's a war of clicks and likes and subscribes and comments. So it's just, maybe I'm being a little nitpicky, a little bitchy, but I just want to make sure that the channel gets credit where it's due, and show that the fans that are following us and getting new fans to come on over, it's being rewarded. We all want you guys to feel like you're a part of something, and that's being credited appropriately and awarded for, breaking news and such like that. Because without you guys, we don't really have a show. So let's move past that. It's still good. Bad news, a little gripe, a little grind my gears, a little Peter Griffin channeling there, but chap my hide. So let's talk about what's coming. We know that, we don't know, but usually the past 3 years now, Las Vegas Open, which is going to be at the end of January, that's actually going to be probably, I think it is the largest Warhammer or gaming event, really miniature or tabletop miniature gaming event worldwide. I don't think any other one is even close. Nova is far behind. The London GT is far behind. Adepticon is the only one that's close, but Adepticon is a lot of other things. I don't think it's at this level. Gen Con is a different story, so we don't count that. So, LVO is the biggest miniature competition event out there. I wouldn't say it's the biggest gaming event. I would say Adepticon and Gen Con are the biggest gaming events, but this is definitely the biggest gaming tournament event. I know it's semantics. Anyways, it's LVO will the past few years, because I got off track there again. LVO past couple years, usually about, I think it's on the Thursdays at 7 p.m. local time there, which is, I think they are on Mountain time, maybe, or Pacific time. I'm not sure what their time zone is, or they're operating under the Arizona time zone, which they don't care about seasonal stuff. They don't care. Arizona doesn't care about what's it called, daylight savings time, or whatever all that kind of stuff is. Anyways, so that's one event that we're looking forward to. But Warhammer World is going to have the New Year Open Day, and that's going to be on January 4th. So that's something to look forward to for upcoming. Now it's not going to tell us everything that's going to go on. In fact, everything that we know, it's just, hey, here is a bunch of rules for attending the event. So what it's going to be, we don't exactly know. But in the past, it is an opportunity for them to kick off the new year and highlight, hey guys, this is what's coming. Here's some sneak peeks. Here's when this stuff's going to drop. We don't know, sort of thing, where we can't tell you. This is them saying that. But here it is. You're welcome for our service. You're going to love what you're going to see. It's going to be fantastic. So I imagine at the open day, this one, though I suspect will be more heavy on Age of Sigmar over Warhammer 40,000, because there is a Warhammer 40,000 open day. This is Warhammer World Open Day. So I don't know if this will include Warhammer 40,000 or Necromunda or any of the other games, I, I'll be honest, I didn't do my due diligence here and go back and look to see which ones are in the past. Did the New Year Open Day say, was it all Age of Sigmar? Was it 40K? What was it? So sorry about that. Maybe I'll dig that up for tomorrow and kind of give you guys an update because we have plenty of time. I mean, today's the 22nd. We've got 13 days before this happens, so I've got time to talk to you guys about that later. So I suspect, though, at the very least, if it is a dual thing, we will find out a little bit more about the upcoming Psychic Awakenings and the new miniatures for Warhammer 40,000. The probably more information on an upcoming new, at least a rumor. Oh, I do have a rumor to pass on to you guys. There's a new warband coming out for Warcry. I don't know what it's called. It'll be chaosy, unaligned, of course, or neutral. A neutral god, as all of them tend to be. But that is heavy rumor right now coming out of the UK that there's a brand new warband, not the one that we know that's I forget what they're called, but they're a bunch of gladiator style guys. We already seen the miniatures for them. This is a never before seen warband, so it's I don't know when that'll come. I don't know what it's called, what it's going to consist of. Well, I've got an idea, but I need to verify the information first that it wasn't wish listing before I pass it on, because I don't want to pass on junk information or pass it on without giving the source credit where credit's due, which I like to do. Rumors are also saying that the at the LVO reveal, we're going to see Lionel Johnson. I'm pretty sure that happens every year. Lionel Johnson or Lehman Russ, for Warhammer 40,000. At this point, that reveal is not even a. Oh, nice. At this point, I'm not even considering speculating what's going to be revealed at LVO right now. I'm more focused on what's going to happen at the Open Day. The reveal at Las Vegas Open is a month, like 30 days away, 40 days away. It's not even worth stressing about. We'll talk about that probably around the 18th. I think the 18th of January is when we'll talk about that, because I'm pretty sure Vegas is on 30th, 31st, February 1st, and then February 2nd is the last day for it. So I'm not even stressing about that one. This one right now, the New Year Open Day, is the more important one, because that will have at least a nice array of miniatures that are coming. I don't think it'll be the big reveal like it was, say, with when Ski was talking about the Maw tribes and the OCR Bone Reapers when those came out, and he was building up all that. I don't think it's that level of an event, because there's not been a lot of short stories or anything coming out about it, which or any teaser videos or anything. This is probably just going to be a big model reveal, and it's also going to be a day for people to come in there, play small games. They're going to be playing. There's going to be some painting contests, probably some make and take tables, some drawing contests, some trivia games. But there will be at least one seminar on that day. Well, it is just a one-day event, so there'll be a seminar that will feature, hey, here's all the new models. It'll probably be about 30 to 45 minutes long, and we'll probably see a lot of reveals that day. In fact, I've already messaged a friend of mine to attend, so we can get pictures right away and any of their notes, so we can actually talk about it. Because Games Workshop, as soon as that event is done, or as soon as that is over, they'll post those pictures up faster than anybody else will. So that'll be really cool to see that stuff early, but we might not see every picture that they want us to see, which we've seen that in the past. So, and we won't also get their commentary on everything, because they'll have a lot of Q&A involved. So we're not going to get everything. So I've begged, pleaded with my friend, or actually just asked him in an email, hey, can you just kind of take notes on everything, pass it on to me, take some extra pictures if you can, do some sneaky pics, because at some of these events they will not let you bring in your camera phones, or they'll have you turn them off and you have to set them by the door, that sort of thing. So no recording, no video recording. So hopefully he's got, I don't know, maybe I'll send him a spy cam or something, like a little what are those little cameras that are that look like a pen you can buy off Amazon. Just mail it to him. Say, hey, dude, here, use this, and we'll go like super James Bond mode here. I have not watched The Witcher yet, Epion. It is on my list of things to watch. I just have so much going on. I've got, like I said, I've got company coming over in about an hour, and I'm going to be wrapping up here in just a moment so we can get on with that. So let me get back to Psychic Awakening. Ritual of the Dam is coming up next. We already know that. Monday, actually maybe even today. You know what? While I'm here, I can click on this, because I imagine tomorrow that's when we're going to see the first little tidbit of information. It'll just probably be a short story, but we'll see. What is this? What surprises await you this Christmas? It's just them talking about buying stuff. Buy. So, like I said, it's still been, like I said days ago, it's still a dry spell on the news and rumor sites, with the exception of that stuff about the warband, and of course us getting the scoop on Company Master Lazarus before everybody else, at least 4 days before all these other sites are. And I'm a couple of these people, especially the Bell of Lost Souls, the Spiky Bits, and Chapter Master Valric, I'm going to reach out to them and say, hey guys, can we collaborate a little bit here with let's maybe find out if we have the same sources or something, so we can make sure that, because I give those guys plenty of credit. I want to make sure that they give us credit, and also it gives us an excellent opportunity to find out, are we all using the same sources, or we have some different sources that are maybe like three steps removed from the actual source, that sort of thing. Are we just getting second, third, fourth hand information? So maybe if we can coordinate better, it can also, we can actually pass that information on to each other a little bit more effectively and network. And because it doesn't necessarily mean anything for us to get that information first. What does matter is us to get the information out there. That is the biggest thing, and make sure we're crediting people the right way. So if I see a bunch of people jumped on, so I'm just going to give a real quick recap before I close off for the day. As I predicted 4 days ago, the information I passed on about the likely new model that'll be coming with the Ritual of the Damned, Psychic Awakening 4, which will feature Dark Angels, Grey Knights, and Thousand Suns. That very likely the model is going to be a new Primaris model. And my prediction was Company Master Lazarus, who replaced Company Master Balthazar, and Lazarus, of course, went through the whole Rubicon, crossed the Rubicon to become a Primaris Marine. He wasn't one before, and now he's part of the Inner Circle, and he is pretty hot on the trail of Tzeentch. He really does not like Tzeentch. And then we also talked about the New Year Open Day coming on January 4th, which is probably going to be a bunch of new models, or showcasing upcoming models that we'll see throughout probably our first and second quarter game. It'll be Games Workshop's third and fourth quarter. Third and fourth quarter, because we're just now starting their third quarter. January would be the middle of their third quarter. And a couple people have asked, why are not Space Wolves involved with the Planet of Sorcerers? And the best I can describe to you guys, I was trying to zoom in. I'm not going to try to find that map, but Fenris, in the grand scheme of things, so this, you can see the Thousand Sun symbols here. That's that dragon chasing its own tail. The rock is not too far away I think it's northwest, the galactic northwest. And beyond that, near the actual rift, is Fenris. So the rock is in between here and there. And closer to Fenris is the Armageddon. So from a lore standpoint, yes, Space Wolves and Thousand Suns don't like each other. So in a way, Thousand Suns are like, we can deal with Space Wolves. We can deal with them all day, dude. We can handle them. We know how to push their buttons. We can throw dog biscuits and squeaker toys. Get a laser dot. That's cats, maybe dogs too. We can really fuck with dogs. That's my third curse word. I think that's my limit. We can really mess with dogs, and we're prepared for this. So I would predict that from a storytelling standpoint, that Gilliman, in charge of all this stuff, is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let me consult. Let's do some consulting, Grey Knights. You guys, what do you guys think? Should we send the Space Wolves there? I mean, they've been doing this for a long time, like 10,000 years. No, let's send the Dark Angels and let's send the Grey Knights over because, yeah, Magnus will be kind of predicting it's going to happen because he can, see the future. But they're more apt at fighting at the Space Wolves than they are Plasma Boys and Psychic Boys. So I think from a tactical standpoint, from a strategic standpoint, it makes better sense to send Dark Angels and Grey Knights to give an excellent fighting force that's going to be more geared towards fighting the Thousand Suns, and the Thousand Suns are not used to fighting against. And who better to send after the massive waw that is descending on Armageddon / Ulanor? Yep, you heard that, Ulanor. Than the Space Wolves. So you send Space Wolves, who are savage, bloody fighters, great hunters, great at just close quarters combat, the whole works. You send them after the orcs. They will tear those orcs apart because Dark Angels, hey, we got some plasma, we can go pew pew pew, but you want people that can tear into the orcs and go not even toe to toe. It's like 3-1. 3 orcs versus 1 Space Wolf. Throw hundreds of blood claws and gray hunters and lone wolves and all the freaking Thunderwolf cavalry. So that's kind of the reason I think from a strategic standpoint, and I could be wrong, but from a strategic standpoint, I would want to, instead of sending shooty shoot against the shooting and psychic against the orcs, let's send the guard, let's send Space Wolves after the orcs, and let's change things up, and Plasma Boys and Psycho Boys versus, as Texas Wargamer says, send that against the Thousand Suns. Because now we can fight against the psychic part. We got lots of plasma that are going to just chew through all their armor. It's going to be a good time. We're all going to be happy. We all hate Tzeentch and Magnus. It'd be great. But Mr. MacGuffin, smash him, Wolf Marines. Yeah, it's going to be. I'm not saying that Space Wolves are going to win. I predict this book, Space Wolves are going to lose in this. I'm predicting story-wise that they are going to be so overwhelmed by the massive waw that Gazkal has collected on Octavius or on Octavius or whatever that world is, and then he snagged up another waw, and so they're going to be descending upon Armageddon. And yeah, they have been kind of teasing a new Gazkal model, but story-wise, there's been several books out there and short stories that are showing how, and even in the other Psychic Awakening books so far, books 1 through, or I think it's 1 and 2, might be 2 that says it, that the Waw is so massive it has crippled or killed outright thousands of astropaths. That's how powerful this psychic Waw is, and they are coming for Armageddon, and they're going to take it. They are going to take it. I am like 80% sure that they are going to take Armageddon. That's my prediction, ladies and gents. They're going to take Armageddon. Space Wolves are going to get whooped up on. So bad. I don't think they're going to be like wiped out to a man. They are going to be decimated. That's my prediction, that the orcs are just going to whoop some ass. Not because they're better, but because they have better numbers. So in a way, I guess they're better. I mean, they're going to outnumber the Guard and the Space Wolves and any other outlying Space Marine force and sister to battle force. You know, probably like 100 to 1 at least. So just think about that. That's my predictions. Actually, I think on New Year's Eve, I'm going to be doing hopefully I can get the other guys on. We can do a prediction, predict what 2020 is going to bring us for Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, and any other game that we've got coming out. So with that said, I am going to get going because I've got company on their way over, and I want to be a good guest and at least have a nice clean house and snacks and drinks, refreshments. So you all have yourself a wonderful day. Christmas is right around the corner. I will be doing a show on Monday, and I will not be doing one on Tuesday because I will be going to see the final episode for the conclusion of the Skywalker saga. I don't care about spoilers. I don't care about anybody's opinion, if it's trash fire or whatnot. I have seen in the movie theater every movie with the exception of A New Hope. I've seen them in the movie theater. I was too young. I was 3 years old for A New Hope, so I did not see that. Or maybe my parents took me and I was the whiny baby in there. So I'm sorry, anybody that was in the movie theater during A New Hope. I don't remember it. That's okay. But I've seen every movie since then in the movie theater. I'm going to finish the saga out, and I'm going to go enjoy the movie because I get to see Star Wars stuff, space battles, lightsabers, stormtroopers, lasers going pew pew all over the place, Wookiees screaming, fantastic space battles and starships zooming around each other and big explosions everywhere and chase scenes and more lightsabers and you can shake a lightsaber at, and a conclusion to the story. So I'm going to go and just enjoy the movie for the sheer spectacle of it. I don't care about anything that might have happened before. I just want to go and just enjoy the movie for what it is. Lightsaber, space wizards, and ships and aliens and things blowing up, some nostalgic stuff. I'm looking forward to the fan service because I want to see some fan service stuff going on there. Not like type of fan service, but like, I want to see or hear. I've heard some rumors about some stuff that you might hear. I'm not going to give you spoilers, but I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be just enjoyable to watch, and I'm going to kick back, I'm going to relax, and then get to work, and then Christmas. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I will talk to you tomorrow, and we will work on that recap episode. Watch this week also on FNPWargamers.com. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to start the blog. The blog's already up. I'm going to start the first blog, probably the next prediction. That way we got it documented. People can use our printed or our documented stuff as a reference. We can start getting a little bit more credit and get that web page, which we've not been utilizing, get some use out of it. So more on that coming. You guys enjoy your Sunday. Tomorrow is a Monday, but it's a great Monday because you're probably going to have a couple days off from work. So look forward to it. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time. All right. As soon as I can click this off. You guys have a good